Hi everyone, Tori here with a new December daily video. Today I'm working on day 4. So, oh man, I've been making so many videos that there's bound to be mistakes happen, right? Well, here's the first mistake. I was filming the beginning of this process and I somehow didn't press play or record. I think I took a picture instead of recording the video. So you kind of missed a little bit, but not really that much. Basically, I just took one of those page protectors that had 12 2x2 squares and trimmed off one row. So now that there's only 8 2x2 squares on each side. And I trimmed some really cute pink and white paper from the Snow and Cocoa collection. And I trimmed down all these photos so that they would fit and stuck them in the pockets. And now I'm just adding the embellishments. And you will see the rest of this page. There's other things too. But I was so mad at myself that I didn't include this. So, oh, you guys are just going to have to forgive me. But I was just so frustrated. But, that's bound to happen, right? So, but you guys can basically see what I did. You just really just missed me cutting down the page protector and then cutting the paper in the photos and sticking them in. So, on the 3rd, I baked cookies with my mom, and on the 4th, I did a cookie exchange at a friend's house. So I thought it would be really fun to make a page protector showing all of the cookies that my mom and I made and the cookies that I received at the cookie exchange. So that's what I'm doing on this really cute like flip page or insert for my December daily. So on the front, there's 4 cookies, and those are the cookies that my mom and I made. And on the back are the 4 cookies that I received at the cookie exchange. So my mom and I made candy cane snickerdoodles. We made lemon cranberry citrus cookies. I made these melted snowman cookies. And we also made, like a maraschino cherry something kind of cookie. And then at the cookie exchange, I got 4 other cookies. So those pictures are there too. And I'll show you back in the album what it looks like at the end. But I had so many photos from the 4th that I kind of wanted to do a little bit more than just that one page with all of the pictures of the photos. So I wanted to include the recipe for snickerdoodles because I make those every year in my album, and I also wanted to include one of the photos from the cookie exchange, which is this photo of the girls playing Dutch Blitz, and I love Dutch Blitz. It's like the best card game ever, but I'm super competitive too. So I wanted to include both of those, so I decided to make another kind of like insert type of thing, and I thought it would be fun to use vellum for that. So this recipe Project Life card comes from the Felicity Jane Hello Christmas cut apart sheet, I think. And I wrote out the recipe, wrote out the instructions and everything. And if you are interested in that, I'm going to post the recipe for these delicious snickerdoodles over on my blog. So check out the link in the description or visit toribissel.com to find the recipe for those snickerdoodles. They're delicious. I make them every year. So I wanted to include that, but I knew that if I punched holes in it, it would cover up part of the recipe that I'd written down. So I thought it would be fun to instead glue that onto some vellum so that I could punch holes in the vellum. So I cut down that polka dot vellum that I got from Michaels and glued the recipe card to that. And then on the reverse side, I'm going to glue the photo of Dutch Blitz. And just playing that, and I think I'm going to keep that card pretty simple. The photo is slightly less than 4x6 just because that's the way that my Canon selfie prints photos, so I decided to trim it down a slightly more and mat it on this really cute pink striped paper from one of the Felicity Jane kits, and I love pink, so the more pink the merrier, right? And that insert with the cookies already had some pink on it, so I thought, why not try to include some more pink in this layout and make it kind of black and white and pink for day 4. So once I stuck that down to the transparency, I'm just going to add the photo there, and then I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile to punch some holes in it so that I can place that with the photo. Now, I had used these labels that I received at Michael's on the page protector just to add some titles so that I could list all the different cookies that we had made and that I had received at the cookie exchange. And those those labels come from Michael's, if you're wondering. It's like a little set, and I think it might be Tim Holtz, or I can't really remember, maybe Recollections, I'm not sure. But I love those labels. I'm going to probably hold it up again later. So in order to punch the holes into my transparency, I just grabbed my Crop-A-Dile, I taped the insert to a page protector just to kind of hold it in place, and then I punched my holes. And I decided that I wanted the recipe / the Dutch Blitz card to go in the middle of the album, so it has 2 holes on the top and 2 holes at the bottom, so it goes right smack dab in the middle of my binder rings, which I really like. I wanted to keep embellishing really simple on this, and I had this super cute flare that said love. So I decided to add that to the recipe card, and I like the idea of the 2 circles kind of like overlapping each other a little bit. So putting those aside, this is where I wanted to finish up day 4. And I probably have enough there. I've got the cookies plus the cookie recipe plus I have the photo of Dutch Blitz. But I took this photo of myself today, or on the 4th, and I really wanted to include it in my December daily and journal about it because I feel like it was a really good message for myself. So I decided to just add it, and I know the 4th is kind of like 2 inserts and this 1 page, so it's a little much, but some of the other days are smaller, so I figured I'll make up for it in other places. But I've noticed that a number of like scrapbookers and people doing December Daily have been like writing letters to themselves and focusing on things that they want to remember for themselves, and I really like that idea. So I kind of feel like that this is my version of that. When I took the photo, that's not what I was thinking. Really what I was thinking was this quote about being yourself. And these leggings that I'm wearing, you can kind of see them in the photo. If you want a better picture, you can go over to my blog or check out my Instagram. And I got these leggings, and when I saw them online, I liked them, but I was really worried that they wouldn't look good on me. So if you didn't know, I'm plus size, and I've always kind of struggled with like my weight and how I look and trying to find something that I feel comfortable in. And I really love the idea of printed leggings, but I've always kind of felt like, well, printed leggings don't look good on bigger girls or on plus size girls, so they're not going to look good on me. And then one day I decided to just try and buy one and see how I felt, and I liked them, but it was still a really small print. And I never really went with big prints just because I didn't think that a big print would look good on me. And somebody had recommended these specific leggings. So they're LuLaRoe leggings, which I just love LuLaRoe. If you haven't heard about it, I'm having an event. You can join in if you want. But the point of the leggings was really just somebody recommended a bold print legging to me, and I wasn't sure if it would look good, but I decided to just face my fears and get them and see what I think and try them out. And I was really nervous because I had to buy them online and pay for shipping from the US to Canada, and it's just like a hassle to ship them back. But I figured, you know what, if I really hate them, I can donate them, or there's probably somebody who can use them, but I wanted to try. And as soon as I got them and pulled them out of the package, I loved them. But again, I was like so nervous that they wouldn't look good on. But I stuck them on and put it with like this red sweater dress that I have, and I fell in love. Like, I love these leggings. They're so fun and festive, and I feel like so confident and comfortable in them, which is kind of shocking to me because I didn't think that I would feel confident or comfortable in bold printed leggings, which obviously draw a lot of attention. And typically I like to avoid attention. It might not seem like it because I have a YouTube channel and there's lots of you guys here following me, but the truth is that I'm like extremely introverted. I don't do really well with crowds and like attention and people focusing on me or looking at me like kind of terrifies me. I'd rather be at home in my bedroom crafting by myself and not go out into the big, huge, scary world out there. Um, that has a lot to do with my anxiety. And I mean, I know that I've talked a little bit about my anxiety on YouTube, but not a ton. But it is something that I really struggle with, and maybe sometime I'll tell you guys more about it. But I really just didn't want attention. And I just felt like they wouldn't look good, and I would get this kind of like attention that I don't want people looking at me. But wearing these leggings, like, it was like I just felt so powerful. I don't know how to explain that in a better way. And that may sound really silly. Like, some of you guys might be listening to this and be like, Tori, they're just a pair of leggings. Um, they're not a big deal. But I'm going to get a little emotional. For me, they are a big deal. It's a big deal for me to feel comfortable, and it's a big deal for me to feel like it's okay for me to wear big, bold, printed leggings. Um, and it's okay if some people look at them or look at me because of them. Um, and it's like this like statement in being yourself and letting the person that I am on the inside, the Tori that I am on the inside, come out in this big fun printed leggings. I don't know if I'm explaining that the best way, but really that's kind of what I was feeling. And there's this really great quote that I heard once by Mandy Hale, and this is what I shared on Instagram when I shared this photo of these leggings. Mandy Hale says, "Just be yourself. Let people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, magical person that you are." And when I look at these leggings, that's kind of how I feel. I feel like I'm letting people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird person that I am. And showing people that makes me feel beautiful and makes me feel like it's okay for me to be who I am, and to let the Tori or the person I am on the inside come out. Um, so on that journaling card, I just shared that quote because that's kind of how I was feeling, and it sums up how I feel about those photos of those leggings. And I stamped Perfectly Imperfect, a stamp from Felicity Jane, on the top of that card, and I feel like it's the perfect summation of how I feel in those leggings. I look at it, and I don't necessarily always like the way that I look, but I think it's perfectly imperfect, and it's okay for me to be quirky and weird and beautiful in bold printed leggings that a lot of people would look at and be like, oh my gosh, those are horrible, or I don't like those leggings. My mom, for example, when she looked at them, she like the look in her eye was like, those leggings are really loud. Um, and then other people look at them and be like, wow, those are crazy bold. But for me, it was like a lesson in being myself, and a lesson in like letting myself shine and stand out. And I think that that's a really important lesson. So I'm calling these my like Christmas magic leggings. It's funny that a pair of leggings or a piece of clothing can do that for you. And maybe not everybody is gonna really understand that, but for me it really meant a lot. So kind of wanted to share that. I'm almost done this layout. I just wanted to point out a couple other things. The striped card in the bottom left-hand corner is a Felicity Jane cut apart from one of the Felicity Jane Christmas kits. And then the Be Joyful card in the top right-hand card was originally designed to be a 4x6 card, and it's one of the printables that I designed and I offered for free on my blog. I had like a whole bunch of free printables that you can download and print off, and if you're interested in those, head over to my blog at toribissel.com. There's free printables for Christmas, December daily kind of journaling cards. And all I did to that card was add a strip of washi tape from Freckled Fawn on the top just for another pop of red. and I thought it would kind of balance it out a little bit. And then I finish off this layout by grabbing a white enamel star to put on the Perfectly Imperfect card. And then I'm going to stick all of those photos into the page protectors, and this layout is basically done. I think I'm going to just show you guys what it all looks like in just a moment here once I can finally figure out how to get this photo in there, or that selfie of myself. But I love the way that day 4 worked out. I think it's super cute and I'm super excited about it. If you guys want to check out some close-up photos, if you want to find the recipe for those snickerdoodles, or if you have any questions, comments, whatever, feel free to leave them below, and you can find additional photos and the recipe and additional story type things over on my blog, toribissell.com. I hope that you guys have a lovely day, and you'll check back tomorrow for another December Daily related process video. Bye guys!